Man, I have not stepped into a Battlefield title in a long time, but hey, hello YouTube, welcome into this very microscopic corner of the internet. Listen, I'm the Animator Man. I've managed to free up some time to create one of these videos where I chat about character animations and give you guys, the viewers, an update on my journey as an animator myself. Listen, I really enjoy making this style of video because it's kind of more of a laid-back approach from everything else that's been going on. And I'll fill you in, but first, let's jump into a Battlefield match. You know what? I think we're going to use Crawford. I got this new gun unlocked, and we did it in a bot lobby, okay? Because I don't want to save for the next 20 hours trying to get a weapon unlocked. But anyways, enough of me. How you doing? You guys doing okay? I hope you guys doing all right. Anyways, so an update on my personal journey with animation and my semester at Animation Mentor. Now, leading up to this monumental semester, I would call it, we over the past 6 months before this, we basically did a bunch of exercises leading up to it. Now, we started with like the bouncing ball, which is like a fundamental when it comes to animation, and then we moved on to body mechanics. Body mechanics in animation are vastly important to create the believability that we need to hit as animators. And then after body mechanics, can you guess what it is? All right, probably not, but it's intro into acting. So we learned all about acting. We learned about how to frame our characters, how to set up our cameras, how to convey emotion through our characters that we like to call subtext. Yes. Now, the hardest part for me, we'll get to it in a little bit, is for me this semester, because it is a very complex, it's a complex, what's the word I'm searching for here? Come on, brain. You can do it. It's a little late right now, okay? It's 10 o'clock. I got some Celsius I shoved in my drink. Hang on. We'll kill this guy here, and we'll get back to it. Watch this. All right, we'll get back to it. It's a complex... Come on, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's so late right now. I just can't... Half of my brain is working. Just bear with me. It's a complex concept. There it is. I don't know why that took so long to just pop into my brain, but yes, a complex concept. It's not as cookie cutter as these exercises we did over a 6-month period. This is taking us from thinking about animation as an amateur to thinking and critiquing our own animations like a professional. It's a massive leap with my animation ability, and separating the two is it can take a little bit, like it did for me, but separating movement from the character and subtext, right? You have the way I would view this as is I have 2 layers. Now, I don't know if anybody's watching and happens to be doing animation and they just stumble upon this, that it could help. But the way I view subtext and subtlety is there are 2 layers. There is the movement, okay? And then you have another layer over top of the character, which is the subtext and subtlety. Now, that's how I mentally, when I'm animating, separate the two so I can convey my character's emotions correctly. But just coming across, just trying to understand that took a little bit of time. My mentor, we happened to be in a Q&A, and he said something, and it just immediately clicked for me. It can click just like that, and I'm glad it did, but that is a pretty hard concept to understand. Hang on, where'd that guy go? Let's see if we can find him, ladies and gentlemen. Haha, got that gamer. Now, Animation Mentor, or any animation school, is going to be a huge time investment if you're actually serious about it. If you're not, you know, you could, it's probably not going to be that much of a time sink. But if you're like me and you're actually serious about this and this is a career path, I have put in an unreasonable, a ridiculous, I don't know the word right now, but a tremendous amount of hours. And what I can say is I am just super excited about my progress with animation as a whole. I look at past videos and I could just see the progress. I have hours of behind the scenes footage, and I think what I want to do on my Stooges Storytime channel is I kind of make this cool like mini documentary. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, overall, I have not been able, well, school is just a huge time sink no matter what. Whatever you're going for, even if it's not animation, school is a huge time sink. I've been looking at my shot for over 2 months. 2 months we've been looking at the same shot, hearing the audio over again. But hey, that's just part of being an animator. And it doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy it. It's fun. I enjoy the process because I look back now and I'm glad it was hard and not easy, because if things were easy, everybody would be able to do it. But I look back and I'm like, wow, I didn't know I could make an animation that good. But I can now. I could make these animations pretty well, actually. Not because, well, because partially due to the brutally honest critiques from the mentors, but also pushing myself helps a ton. Okay, yeah, so back on I had to join a new game, but back on the topic of time investment, I think, listen, if you're serious about something, you will find the time, if you don't even have the time, right? You just make room, honestly. If you're serious about something or progressing with a skill in life, I think you will find the time no matter what. Right? During this entire semester, I haven't really gamed at all because my entire focus was doing the best I can with this semester, so I can progress and see some results, which I have seen major results just from this semester. And let me tell you, this semester has not been a smooth ride. It has been really stressful. It has been full of ups and downs and like moments of I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but hey, I pulled through. But I think what's going forward here, I have one more semester at Animation Mentor after this one, and I'm going to take a semester off, not to stop with animation, but to focus on my own personal animations and my ideas with animation, and through that I will progress. And then when I show up for the final semester, I can crush it. Because class 6, spit it out, is probably twice as hard as class number 5. So I want to make sure I'm ready to rock and roll for that one. And I also need to make sure that I have the time set aside to just sit and grind it out again. But let's switch the topic now. Enough of animation school and enough of me yapping about other animation mentor jargon and other animation projects. Let's talk about Battlefield. But most importantly, let's talk about the Battlefield 6 leaks and gameplay and everything along the lines of that. Now, I was on YouTube and I watched. Am I gonna deny that I watched the leaks? No, I was gawking at those things. And let me tell you, from first impressions, for like an alpha, I don't know if it's called alpha at this point, but the game looks pretty good. But let's not get too overly excited because, as we know, Battlefield launches always have a rocky start. They're notorious for having their bugs and glitches, but hey, okay, hang on. Okay, I thought I killed them. From the leaks, the game does look good. If we're going by that, which we are at the moment. I think it's going to have a campaign. Don't quote me on that, but I've been hearing things that it possibly will. I'm a big campaign enjoyer, so that's a plus for Battlefield. As for visuals, let's hope they learn from their mistakes with 2042. Some of the maps do have a lot of garbage in them, which is good. When the game first launched, they were pretty bare bones, I think. But they've gotten better. They've learned. They've put more garbage in the way, which is a step in the right direction. That's my tank. Shoot that thing. All right. The maps do look good. Or that first map that was showed in the leaks looks pretty cool. The destruction is on the right path. I would hope they increase the amount of destruction in the game, since it's not going to be on PS4 or the older Xbox. I don't know why they did that in the first place. I want to see some true next-gen gameplay. Okay, EA has unlimited funding, practically. I hope they don't drop the ball with this one, because if they do, EA's on a slippery slope with this franchise. So I hope they have the right people in the right positions to execute the launch of this game correctly, so it doesn't plummet in like the first week. That is of course the best case scenario for the Battlefield launch, but I'm just, to say the least, I'm excited for the new title. I mean, the setting looks pretty good. We don't have operators. It looks like we're back to just classes. Hang on, we got a tank in front of us. We gotta run this way while I'm chatting so I don't explode. Wait, can we get him this way? Hang on, hold on to your seats, fellas. Boom! I completely whiffed that shot. I am so incredibly bad. And I hope you're not here for gameplay, because my God, you are probably disappointed. I'm sorry, I am not winning right now. But the things that I would like to see in the upcoming Battlefield 6 title would be, listen, coming from an animator's perspective, I would like to see, it would be neat to have animation variants for each type of gun. So the reload animation is the same, or the running animation isn't the same every time. I don't know. It would just be cool to see just a wide variety of animations that don't play out the same exact way every time when you reload. Like this pistol, it plays out the same exact time practically. Anyways, but yes, Battlefield is notorious for having some rocky starts. But, like I said, it doesn't really take away from the experience if you're a seasoned Battlefield franchise enjoyer. Okay, just par for the course with this game. Yes, when 2042 came out, yeah, it was pretty bare bones. I don't know what they were thinking. They went backwards in time instead of going forwards. I played the Battlefield 2042 release at like 4 a.m. In my first game on, people were just throwing hands at this game. They were in the boxing ring beating up EA practically. But over time, listen, they did add voice chat and, you know, a scoreboard like a year later. But on the topic of adding and updating, they still update this game a little bit. But Battlefield 6, I can't deny I'm excited for. Let's hope they go in the right direction. With the title, it seems like they are. And from the leaks that I was gawking at, there's a cool mechanic, and that mechanic happens to be being able to drag your buddy when he's down. So you don't have to be in the open when you revive him. You could drag him to cover, which I think is a pretty cool feature that looks like is being added to the game. Okay, let's chat about one more thing, and that's going to be those animated episodes and what I plan to do with the Game Stooge channel. Now, for those who've been along for the ride for quite some time, this past couple of years, you know, it's been off and on, to be honest with you guys, but the Game Stooge channel has been around for a while. I actually started making, I think, YouTube videos back in 2018 under some different aliases. Like, I don't even remember, but there were some goofy names. But the plans for this channel, I want to make these style of videos. These are fun. These are more laid back. I don't have to They don't take too much time to put together. But for the animated episodes, those are going to be put on my Stooges Storytime channel. For those people who are watching, I'm going to leave a link in the description where it's going to lead you to that channel. That's where I'm going to put all those big animated episodes on there. When they are completed, okay, I'm going to have no release dates for those things because I want to make those special. But plans going forward for this channel, we're going to keep this style, and I do have ideas to incorporate character animations as well. I won't tell you. I have some really neat ideas I'm going to test out. And on the topic of character animations, I'm excited just to open up a lot of business opportunities, to be honest, with character animations. It's not just at big studios. There's so much you can do with animation. There's so many business ideas, so many collaborations. It's insane. All right, I think it's good to look outside of the box with animation instead of just in this small, like, cubicle where you're just like, it's just the studios. Studios could be cool. Like, I don't know. If I get, hired at a studio, that's cool. But that's not going to be the end of it. We're going to wrap up this video here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you can watch me live on twitch.tv, get footage, or even animate. You might learn something. You should tune in. And hey, if you want to learn Unreal Engine, you can check out my mentoring and consulting services at stoogesstudio.com. With that being said, I will see you in the next one.